the chief guest, the vice chancellor, the executive dean, faculty, graduates, friends, colleagues, and everybody. Good afternoon. Habari ya jioni. My name is Jeremiah Mutisya, and I'm the president of the class. I'll be very brief. I was given a very special instructions, but I want to start with the easiest part, which is probably to respond to the OMP class. They had a lot of energy, and they gave us a challenge. OMP, are you there? And the challenge was, you're paying taxes. And I wanted to start with a reassurance, Bwana VC, if you allow me. And the reassurance is, in the class that we are in, that I lead, there are about 5 deputy commissioners from KRA. And I want to assume they are quite senior. And in the class that I lead, there are about a number of CEOs and quite senior people in there. And one of the modules we have had outside the class is our money safe. So OMP, are you answered? Yes. And you've gotten the reassurance. So we gather here today to celebrate success, to mark the end of weeks, months, and a year long filled with meaningful interactions, value sharing, learnings, and certainly lifelong impacts. We do have created lifelong impacts. This also marks the beginning of a continuous learning journey. I think we've been challenged here a number of times to keep on learning for all of us when it comes to realization that there's so much out there that we can do. And for sure, we've learned that. We have learned to contribute to change, and to contribute to impact. It has been an eye-opener for all of us, and to traverse Africa and Europe in search of knowledge. I'll come back to that. We gather here today to first congratulate Strathmore Business School. Well done. And why? Because of this remarkable milestone, and to express our happiness for being part of a special group that has had the privilege. You talked about privilege, Bwana VC. We feel we have been privileged. We know that since 2006, the AMP program, the program that we were part of, has exposed hundreds of senior executives, hundreds of them. It certainly reckons that as one of the best tools in the region that Strathmore Business School has used. A tool to make the needed change, a tool to create the impact that the society needs. We feel happy to be part of that tool. So thank you very much. We are glad to join SBS in spearheading Africa's transformation and developing ethical and transformational leaders. We feel we have achieved that, and will continue to support you in your vision. We felt it, we lived it every day, and we live here today transformed. We gather here to celebrate thousands of graduates under many programs, but certainly about 32 under the AMP program. And we are drawn from all the sectors in the region and professions. We come from East Africa largely, both Kenya, not only Kenya, but Tanzania and Uganda. And most importantly today, we want to celebrate inclusion, which has enabled us to appreciate and value one another. The Advanced Management Program offers an invaluable opportunity for all of us to learn from high-caliber faculty members, thank you, and also to learn from each other. This program, we believe, is designed to propel us as leaders onto the global arena, and onto that global arena, we feel we have been propelled. So thank you very much. Now, allow me to be a little bit fun now, because this program has 4 modules, and we've gone through all of them, have we not? And these modules are made to have some fun, but also to be a bit hard. So I'll take you through module 1, 2, and 3, and 4, just quickly, and then I end there. So module 1, which was here in Kenya, exactly in Strathmore Business School, started quite easily. The easiest part is get to know each other. What do you do? Where do you come from? And how many people do you lead? And I can tell you that lived to be the only easiest part of the program. What followed thereafter, Dr. Angela, was everything else around our development. We quickly were ushered into self-awareness tests. I think the senior management team talked about self-awareness. And we quickly realized that as leaders, in most cases, we are not ready to be told the truth about ourselves. But we want to thank Strathmore Business School because through this program, We were able to realize ourselves, our personalities, what we stand for. There was a session we did in one of the classrooms down there, or lecture halls, and I think, if I remember well, Dr. Angela, you will remember how the faces were. Because you could see people look at a paper and they start to calculate. Am I creative? Am I reactive? Is it bad to be creative or reactive? Am I controlling? Am I protecting? But at the end of the day, we came out changed and aware of ourselves. And I'm sure that is a turning point for many of us. And we are going to use that skill for the long. We were exposed to different, We were exposed to different business concepts, decision making, stakeholder management, and a lot of exposure. But a take home from module 1 was actually the organizational soul. We realized at the end of it that the organization has a soul. And today, we know as leaders, we have to take care of that soul. And having known that and conquered Kenya, off we went to Ghana, Accra. Accra was easy. Ghana was easy on us. Colleagues will agree with me that this was really a special one. We knew each other very well. We had a success, but there was one simple success, success factor that we realized. We realized the power of abridged versions of cases. We discovered that cases can be shortened from 300 pages to 10 pages and one table at the end. And for sure, we had fun in Ghana. Thank you to the SIBS team in Ghana. The highlight of that module in Ghana was the discovery of the real truth. The geopolitics, how Africa is far from Africa. We quickly realized that there are undrawn bold lines that divide the continent. But we also realized quickly that we had a value and opportunity to play in changing where Africa is heading. And that was a great realization. We were exposed to one of the most real cases, as I call it, and my colleagues will agree with me, in Ghana, or at least in the West. And that's a local company, it's a chocolate company, that is operating in Ghana, but it's actually being able to export their skills and services and products to the US, right from Ghana. That was a real realization, and I'm sure it will be an eye-opener for most of us. To us, Ghana was an oasis in the desert, and we really celebrate that module. Before we left, we had the Cape Coast, and we enjoyed going back to time and understanding where Africa has come from, and for sure that history will stay with us. We shopped, we had fun, we came home powerful, knowledgeable, but most importantly, colorful. I believe every one of us has a kitenge. In Ghana, they call it kente. If it were not for the rules under Strathmore Business School, today we would be wearing our yellow Ghanaian attire called kente. So we were Africa graduates and specialists, and we came back to Kenya ready for the world. And we quickly moved on to Barcelona, Yese. And Yese was good to us. We were more relaxed there. The school had really good modules. We were able to interact with some of the best cases in the world. Also realities around changing, being able to build your skills from within. We all remember La Masia for my colleagues. We were able to think beyond the norm. We all remember Shoulder is Hospital. I'm sure you're challenged. And we were taught how to improve and improve and improve and put yourself in the shoes of the other side. Now there's a small challenge here. I'm almost finished. The challenge is we did a very stimulating exercise called Lego game. Did I say Lego game? And what happened was that in that exercise, it happened naturally. Most of the CEOs and presidents and consultants were our friends from Nigeria. And Kenyans were the workers. It was, I leave it there. It was an interesting module. So my plea is next time, let's try turn it around. I did say that as long as we felt we had conquered Africa, when we got to Ghana, when we got to Yese, Barcelona, we discovered a fourth module. We were joined by 34 of our colleagues from Lagos Business School. My colleagues will agree with me that was a module 4. But we survived and came back home. And we were questioning ourselves, do we need a module 4 really? And why? We felt we had discovered ourselves in that room. We had conquered Africa in SIBS, and we had challenged Europe at Yese. And we felt like, now we are ready to graduate. We were wrong, completely wrong, and I'll tell you why. Immediately we landed here for module 4, back home. we were introduced to the deeper side of management. And how? We were introduced to emotional intelligence. We were told that, we were informed that we were challenged to be coaches every single day. And we were challenged to learn and challenge the organizational culture and behaviors. We had a real opportunity to work with ourselves and our colleagues to try and see the organization from within. We were introduced to the last module, which had a very unique challenge, which was the C-suite challenge. And this was the interesting bit, because through the C-suite challenges, you can imagine all the 32 of us had a C-suite challenge. We realized quickly that we are all facing the same challenges, irrespective of where we are. We are in banks, we are in hospitality, we are in KRA, like I said earlier, we are in all the sectors. We realized that we are facing the same challenges. And for sure, some of us who went through the last session here in this school, which was it was a game. It was to test your management skills and how you handle situations. We came up there having fired, I had some today fired their board. I think we came out of that challenge having fired the CEO, and some of us had almost fired the HR, others had fired the head of manufacturing. But the learning point was, you need to be patient, the solution doesn't lie there. Communicate, communicate, communicate. The last one was the coaching. We want to thank our coaches, if they are here today, for having walked with us this journey. I'm sure the relationships that we have created with our coaches will live with us forever. We have, during this journey, witnessed some early results, like I like to call them, and my colleagues will agree with me. I would like to say, while we were having fun and coming back from Barcelona, one engineer, Joseph Kamau, was promoted to be the CEO of Earthy Water. Those are early results. Rumor has it that he left straight to Vatican, and before he entered, he was given a call that he's the new CEO. Congratulations. Nancy Njao, who sits with us today, is now the new CEO for Family Bank. She's 1 week old. She needs your support. Congratulations, Nancy. And when we joined the program, one Gideon Muhwa was a commoner, he was a mister, and now he leaves the program having graduated to be Dr. Gideon Muhwa. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, through this journey, we've known each other, grown together, and now it's our time to look ahead and create more meaningful and impactful modules. We'd like to appreciate everybody, the faculty in particular, the support teams led by Emily, our coaches, all of them, the whole team at SIBS in absentia, the whole team at TSE in absentia, Lagos Business School, our colleagues, everybody who has supported us in this program, and specifically to the council of the class, Flora and Madam Agnes. Congratulations to you all graduates. God bless you. God bless Strathmore Business School. Asante.